Alright, hello, and welcome back to the Crossword Vlog, aka Clog, Monday edition and Tuesday edition. And as always, high-tech edition. And it's a new week. Last week we were only 11 minutes off, which, I mean, is not that many minutes, but when you're dealing with already pretty good times, it is hard to shave 11 minutes off. But now's our chance. We still have this as our sort of target times. We also need to beat them slightly. But yeah, we're gonna get it started with the Monday, and ideally we could get sub 5 minutes, but that is easier said than done. I see here is pretty, big stack of longer answers going down. Might not be the easiest to get our foothold in, but hopefully these are easy enough. I actually put my glasses on for the occasion. All right, let's get started. Mitts, mojitos, in line or something, onion, amused, tickled, TikTok, snowcaps, jack of all trades, ilk, till, in line, sure, 1 mile, sedan, mako, fin, uh, that's foil, go with that, food, bridge length, a span, yeah, ORs, pulse, Atlanta Falcons, a nut, Ursa, red nose, Pittsburgh Steeler, Oz, Seth, US Air, Reap, 5-year-old, a yurt, ump, Emma Stone, arm, aim, over, know-it-all, Marcus Lyon, probably, that's the logo. Choose to receive, these are Alps, maybe opt-in actually. Bread box, jaw dropping, amazing. Oh, these are alohas. And then that's an ion. Go over here. Jared Leto. Do ego something. Ago. Add together total. Okay, this is probably sob. Ego surf, maybe? One with many talents. Okay. Might be multi. Those are mountains. Multi-hyphenate.
What?
And then HPs. Yay. Salt and pepper. Nippy, I think. Nod. At a time. Sherry. Okay. Darshiblos. Nemesis. Okay. Dares. Toaster. ATM. Bread isn't money. I'm there. Awesome, yeah. Decrease Wayne. True. Total up. SFPD. Hated. Okay. Vim. Wi-Fi.
Mother-in-law, 51 across.
Yeah, nice. Mother-in-law. And then reference or definition, arrow, deo. All right. Now that is a pretty good time. 4 minutes and 2 seconds, which, if you're keeping track, which you are because you're looking at this, is a minute and 3 seconds faster than my best week's time. Whoops. Well, that was 0005. Um, so that's one way to shave off a minute. Usually you would expect to shave them off in the later weeks, but or the later week puzzles, but there we are. We're already a minute ahead of schedule. Let's go ahead and admire the puzzle. I think it's kind of unnecessary to have this little visual thing once you solve the puzzle, but um, yeah, I guess all of these things are phrases that have multiple hyphens. A multi-hyphenate is just a term for someone with lots of, you know, um, talents or often like accreditations, like, PhD, Esquire, that sort of stuff. Um,
I feel like I don't see 5-year-old multi-hyphenated like that typically.
yeah, yeah, that's true. So I think it is like, yeah, and also jack of all trades. I generally don't see it hyphenated like that. Um, know-it-all definitely that I see hyphenated all the time. Um, that being said, it is a Monday puzzle. It is a small little thing. Maybe not the strongest connection between everything, but yeah, it is weird that they show the hyphens at the like they didn't need to do that little bit of visual flair, but I guess it's fun. I think the fill was very clean though throughout the rest of the puzzle. Really not a lot to complain about. I think there is stuff like Oteri. Not a big fan of that as fill. Basically random letters, but all of the crosses were fair, so I can't complain too much on that. Um, yeah, other than that, there was, yeah, like Debbie or whatever isn't the best fill as well, but I did like a lot of the medium stuff, like I'm There, Nemesis. In a Line is a bit, bland, but Mojitos and Tickled are good. Red Nose, nothing wrong with that. I hadn't really heard the term ego surf outside of a crossword, but it is a thing for sure. Aaron is nodding vigorously. But yeah, overall, I liked this. It was definitely better than the average Monday puzzle. I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. And now on to the Tuesday. Looks like we got some shaded squares with this theme. Not sure where that's going to be. Corner is a little cramped, but not too bad. Let's get started. Gods, uh, gel, an ode, uh, ding, uh, edit, uh, Lena, starve, okay, volume, death stare, snarl, smoked, uh, this could be caviar, scowl, uh, mahi mahi, okay, let's do caviar, double decker checker, okay, wide earp, uh, forest nymph,
Druid.
dryad,
Oh,
it might be druid, um, this could be blab, whatever amount, any, lens, yeah, let's do blab, Reno, box, onyx, bronco,
growing pains.
very nice, the oven, king, oomph, uh, estuary, this is DNC, an inlet, Lopez, zooms, buddy, camera person session, portrait something, No, this is HBO, photo, uh,
Like photo shoot?
could be. An item, okay, what the odor, strewn, dewy, clod, or shod, I think. Hone, code, uh, too late now, tack, get 'em, elo, uh, germs, Rio, T.S. Eliot, mold, drapery, start, TNT, scepter, figures,
Candy.
tangent, lines, um, once in a lifetime, ice, something, icons, Ebron, or also, I think. Well, I'll come back to that. Um, in I win the Oto. No, that doesn't fit. Neo Noir, Mount Etna, Mara Rooney.
Iowa?
Could be, yeah. Ice Wine on a whim. Fleur de Lis. People are talking about them. Probably S here. Probably a Ness. Uh, a Gent.
No clue.
I like that. People are talking about them. CP something. CPI, Consumer Price Index. Topics. Ouch. Oof.
Fish.
Nice. Uh, some,
Raise the roof? No,
um,
doesn't quite fit.
don't slouch. Yeah, it's something. Roof. Hot or not. Proper sounding. I think Primrose. Ron, maybe. Um, hits the roof or hit the roof. Uh, hide, I think. I'm open. Errant. St. Pat's. Wow. All right.
Oh, St. Pat's is also in one of the other crosswords. Remember?
Yeah, it's not more than like a week or so ago, I think.
Hmm.
503. So we lost a second there, but I mean, come on, that's pretty solid solve. Did definitely get a little bit of help there on some of these, but that being said, um, yeah, so growing pains, I hint to the shaded square. Um, these are, shaded squares that are growing in length, and they all are things that you might say when you get hurt or are in pain. Um,
That is cute.
yeah, I think it's a nice little, visual thing. It's a pretty light theme, which I appreciate. Um, like this is a sort of um, a bonus revealer. No, it's not really tangent lines. It's more like these are parallel lines. So I don't think this was meant to be a themer. And it doesn't need to be. It is a perfect spot for a themer, but I sort of don't like when, especially on these early week things, where they try to make the theme too complicated and then it just ruins the rest of the fill. That being said, I wasn't a big fan of the Ebsen Asso cross. I think uh, that's not ideal for a Tuesday, but it is gettable. Um, what else? Yeah, I think there wasn't a lot of, long fill outside of the theme. Hot or Not was definitely a real thing. Primrose, definitely a real thing, though. Nothing wrong with that. I liked all of the long fill that was part of the theme. Don't Slouch, Photo Shoot, Hit the Roof, Too Late Now. Especially Too Late Now, I think that's a pretty solid one. Um, yeah, anything else jump out to me as bad or good? Not really. I think this um, overall was a more fresh and interesting shape of a puzzle. I think it's also actually larger than normal. Yeah, I wondered why it felt like I was going so fast, and yet I got I mean, still a very fast time, but I thought it was going to be under 5 minutes. But now I see that it's 16 wide. So there are more squares here than your average Tuesday puzzle. Um, but yeah, I don't know. This felt new and fresh and interesting, and even if the fill wasn't always amazing or anything, I still enjoyed it as a puzzle, and I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Not quite as good as the Monday, but still very enjoyable. Anyway, that is a solid start to the week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.